Hello everyone, I'm Shannon Slatton in New Hope. Here's a look at a few of the stories making the news today.
Hi, I'm Delane Cleveland at the Plymouth Lifetime, where they've put in a number of safety protocols, such as requiring masks and temperature screenings for their members. But there is one key safety measure that you can't see. For many people, exercise is an essential part of their daily routine.
It is a priority in my life. It just makes you feel better, makes you start every day better.
But in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic, it's important for people who frequent the gym, as well as the gym itself, to take some extra precautions.
Gym people clean their equipment anyway, but I think Lifetime's doing a great job.
Since Lifetime clubs reopened after state-mandated shutdowns, they've had roughly 14.5 million visits.
Of all those visits, there's 2,006 people who we've heard from that have either said they're positive or felt that they had symptoms. So as a percentage basis, that's 0.014%.
It's a number that they're happy with, considering the large number of visits. It certainly helps that disinfectant solution and hand sanitizing equipment is everywhere.
In addition to that, all of our team members now, as part of their uniform, have a bottle of disinfectant on them.
Okay.
And when they're not interacting with a member, they're cleaning one of those surfaces.
Even with all of those protocols in place, Lifetime took things one step further and invested in improvements to its air filtration systems.
We did three major aspects, which was to increase outside air. We added MERV 13 filters in place, and we increased the run time of the units, so we're exchanging more air more often.
Lifetime officials say the new air filters put their clubs on par with filters typically used in hospitals, which capture particles as tiny as sneeze droplets. It's an important tool as temperatures drop and more people spend time indoors. Yet they want to stress that club members still have a personal responsibility to follow the rules regarding personal hygiene and social distancing to help mitigate the spread of the coronavirus.
I'm used to it. Do what we have to do to keep the gym open.
In Plymouth, Delane Cleveland, CCX News.
Hi, I'm Neil Persley, and behind me is Medicine Lake and the very beginnings of Bassett Creek. Now, this is where it begins, but did you ever wonder where it ends up? Most people would say, I bet it ends up in the Mississippi River, and they'd be correct. But did you ever wonder exactly where in the Mississippi River it ends up? I got to find out, and I'll take you there.
The Bassett Creek watershed encompasses 40 square miles and includes parts of most all the cities in the Northwest Metro. In Plymouth and Golden Valley, we see Bassett Creek meandering through neighborhoods, golf courses, and under roadways. But there is a point after it crosses into Minneapolis that Bassett Creek disappears. The creek runs through a massive tunnel on its way to the Mississippi, right through downtown Minneapolis. The Bassett Creek Tunnel even runs right under Target Field on the third base side.
I don't think we've had the Corps of Engineers draw it down like this in the whole time I've been on, which is a couple of decades.
Every once in a while, that 1.7-mile long tunnel needs inspection.
And the significance of it is the key is that it gives all of the interested parties, which is the Commission, the City of Minneapolis, and the Army Corps of Engineers, a chance to go up and make sure this tunnel, which is a huge and important piece of infrastructure, is in good shape.
The normal water level in the Mississippi usually completely submerges these tunnels, so you don't even know that this is Bassett Creek.
So by lowering the water, it allows our inspectors to get into the tunnel and walk upstream where areas which is usually submerged.
The planning between various entities to draw down the river this much literally took years of coordination.
So this tunnel mostly follows 2nd Street up to 3rd Avenue, and then 3rd Avenue transitions to another double box culvert structure. But the interesting feature in there is that there's a 35-foot drop structure. So you get to the upper part of this tunnel, there's essentially a waterfall in the middle of the city that drops 35 feet.
The culverts full of sand and sediment aren't really a major concern. During a flood event, the hydraulic forces generated would blow that material right out into the river. So the next time you're at Medicine Lake, Worth Park, or even a ball game at Target Field, you'll know exactly where that water in Bassett Creek is going. In Minneapolis, Neil Persley, CCX News.
The city of Plymouth needs your help to write letters of thanks and appreciation to veterans for Veterans Day, which is in less than a month. This year, due to COVID, the city will be having a drive-through veterans breakfast instead of the annual breakfast typically held at the Plymouth Creek Center. You can drop off letters and drawings by 4:30 p.m. November 6th at the Plymouth City Hall. Letters will then be distributed to veterans during the November 10th drive-through veterans breakfast.
And there's so many people who have military members in their family. My father served in World War II in the Army, my nephew was in the Navy, and my son currently is a cadet at the Air Force Academy. So Veterans Day is really personal, and we want to make sure that our veterans understand that they are appreciated, and we are so grateful for their service.
City staff say not only is writing letters a safe way for kids and families to volunteer, but it's also a great opportunity for kids to learn about caring for others. Reporting for CCX News, I'm Pafua Yang.
The soccer playoffs wrap up this week with section championship games. In this week's CCX Sports Spotlight, we check in with the Breck boys, who've enjoyed a memorable 2020 season. After finding out there would be a soccer season this fall despite COVID-19, Breck boys have made the most of it. Trying to get to the front, he's alone, drops a pass off, and there's a goal. They went 10-0-1 in a dominant regular season. It's fair to say it's one of the best teams in Mustangs history.
It's right up there. I mean, talent-wise, it's one of the strongest teams we've ever had. We've had some good teams here, but this is a really strong team. A lot of senior leadership. I mean, we have 17 seniors on this team, and we've never had that many.
It's been really special because we didn't even know if we were going to have a season, and then to be able to come in, play 11 games, and to go undefeated, it's been really special for us.
Breck does have plenty of experience, and it's a supremely talented bunch. But it's also a very unselfish group, and many of the guys have played together for a very long time. That adds to the fun.
That's the kind of environment we tried to create. It's not about who scores, but the team winning, and we're just going to continue that mentality through the rest of the games that we have.
It's a really unique situation we have here. I think not a lot of high school teams have been blessed with a lot of the talent we have, so we make it clear what each guy's role is, and I think a lot of the guys have been playing together for a really long time, me included, so I think that helps with the chemistry and just what we've been able to do as a unit.
Sometimes we have to tell them that you need to take responsibility in front of goal and put the ball in the net when the opportunity is there, but they do like to share the ball, and I think with this group, they're just as happy with an assist as with a goal.
I've known these guys since middle school. We played middle school soccer together, and we've just been waiting for our chance to just dance in the moonlight.
As things stand, it looks like there won't be a state tournament this season in a year where top-ranked Breck certainly would have had a good shot at the Class A title. With the cross out front for Kern, and he scores! So winning the ultra-tough Section 5A tournament is the goal, while not worrying about a missed opportunity beyond that.
We've been thinking about that a little bit, but at the end of the day, it's just you got to go out there and play the game that's in front of you and not worry about the future too much.
It's something that, really kind of made a lot of our guys mad. I'm bummed about it, but, like I said, there's not really much we can do. We kind of just focus on what we can control. It's a bummer, but our section is pretty tough, so we're kind of treating that as like our state tournament for now.
We were really focused on each game this year. That's something that's special about this team, that they were just focused on what was right ahead of them. Right now, they're focused on the section tournament and nothing else. I think with the strength of our section, it's kind of like a state tournament, so we're just focused on that, and we're not worried about anything else.
And regardless of what transpires in the playoffs, a special season with a group of good friends will always be remembered by these Mustangs.
Oh, for sure. I love every game I've played here at McKnight Stadium and for Breck. I love the school. I love this team. Everything about it is just the best.
Breck is scheduled to host De La Salle in the Section 5A semifinals Tuesday, weather permitting, but many sections are changing their dates and times because of the weather. The winner would advance to the section final. With all of the great plays we see each week, we're once again honoring local athletes with our CCX Sports Play of the Week. And you, the viewers, decide the winners with your votes. Our CCX Sports Play of the Week is back, and we have our first winner. Cullen Mork of the Champlin Park boys soccer team's great header goal in a recent win. Mork is one of the captains for the Rebels team that's had an outstanding season. Thanks to all who voted. Be sure to go to our website, ccxmedia.org, to vote for this week's Play of the Week.
Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.